whoever, so.
Oh, okay.
That's it. He said if we make that phone call, they'll have it there right away.
Oh, dang,
Because
that's
it's
nice.
so dark there.
Okay.
You're all set. Lucas, whenever you're ready.
Okay. I do have a quick question before you hit start on that.
Too late.
All right. Good morning. Today is Monday, April 22nd, Neighborhood Restoration and Beautification Commission. We'll start with call to order.
Lucas Richardson.
Here.
Jermaine Sullivan.
Here.
Kathleen Grabowski.
Here.
Sarah Harless.
Here.
Jess Stallings.
Here.
Mary Kay Wilkosh.
Here.
Kayla Willem.
All right, thank you. Next item is introduction. So welcome to the commission, Kayla and Sarah. Glad to have you. We wanted to kind of start off, since this is obviously a new thing here for you guys. Our bylaws here reference chapter 275, which is the ordinance for our commission. And then these are the bylaws for our commission as well. So anything in here is the purpose of our commission, some of our duties, which talks about our officers and officer duties, and then just some other information in there. But and to go along with that, this kind of works out perfectly. But we're going to have officer elections on the next meeting on May 6th. So just review the officer duties, think about recommendation and bring that to the next meeting. But wanted to just explain that a little bit, and we can meet afterwards if you guys have any questions on that. But basically the purpose, I can read through our purpose, that would probably be good, of our commission is to identify, research, recommend opportunities and resources to help prevent, remediate, and eliminate blight from the city of Manistee. We are not blight enforcers, but we try to assist with remediating blight in ways that we can. And to go along with that, you know, we've done a lot of research and tried to find little programs to where we can help like residents financially, fill out forms and whatnot like that. So far we've been pretty limited. Mary's found a couple options, but unfortunately a lot of the programs require a pretty low income to qualify. So right now the main thing that we're focusing on is the chill grant, which I'm sure everybody's seen the posts about that. And next meeting we should have an update from the city on the chill grant. But if you guys don't have any questions right now, like I said, we can talk about it later, and but we can move on. All right, public comments on agenda related items. Is there any public comment? All right. Next item is approval of the agenda.
I'm sorry.
I make a motion to approve the agenda.
I second that.
All right, we'll do roll call vote.
Lucas Richardson.
Yes.
Jermaine Sullivan.
Yes.
Kathleen Grabowski.
Yes.
Sarah Harless.
Yes.
Jess Stallings.
Yes.
Mary Kay Wilkosh.
Yes.
Kayla Willem.
Yes.
Okay, approval of the meeting minutes from the April 1st meeting. Is there a motion?
I make a motion to approve the minutes.
Okay, roll call.
Lucas Richardson.
Yes.
Jermaine Sullivan.
Yes.
Kathleen Grabowski.
Yes.
Sarah Harless.
Yes.
Jess Stallings. Mary Kay Wilkosh. Kayla Willem.
Yes.
All right, unfinished business, Wagner Community Center project. Take it away.
So I think we're looking at, you said June 6th, right? June 6th to do that. So I made a little diagram of what I was thinking to do. So I'll give that to you so you can map that out.
Do we have a diagram?
We need to figure out how much we want to spend on this, right? Like,
Yeah, yes.
okay. Well, I don't know.
You were thinking of some kind of a fountain or
Yes,
solar
so
lights or
I
something?
was gonna ask Lucas to look for a pump for their fountain, like a solar thing.
Okay.
I looked on Amazon and they weren't expensive, but I don't know what kind of pump they need. And then I don't know if we can get the mulch donated again.
Yeah, we'll have to figure out who that guy was from.
Okay. Can you check on that? And then if you two want to figure out flowers and trees. So on my thing, I have,
You were gonna ask if we were able
Seven.
to get those trees from the city, or are we just buying trees?
Yeah.
Do you know?
well, I think we still have to buy them, but I don't know if they'll be here.
Okay, so let's just do our own trees.
Okay.
Like the Wheezies or something?
Yeah, and I'm thinking 7 of them.
Okay.
7
Do you want
trees?
flower in the trees or no?
Yeah.
You're looking at getting those donated or purchasing them?
Either one. I mean, that's why I don't know how much we can spend yet. So if we have that,
Need a breakdown of the estimator.
so if we have that for May 6th meeting of what we're getting donated and then what we need to purchase, then we can, vote on how much we're gonna spend.
I think that'd be a good idea.
That's what I was thinking.
I'll contact Wheezy's. I'll make
Okay.
a stop there and talk to Marcy about Wheezy's.
Then when you're ready to go, I'll go with you.
Okay, good. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And you want costs for, like total rehab of the fountain or just a pump
They
and
said that it just
fixing the
needs,
water?
says it just needs a,
Okay.
Did you send this?
I know the last time we talked to the water department, they said there's a little bit more repairs that need to be
yeah,
done, so
that I
maybe
don't know.
if I can look into that,
Okay.
that would be what I would recommend, okay.
And then I was looking at 2 solar lights,
What about flowers, did you say?
like just flowers ever, as many as we can. So
Okay.
I'll just pass this.
Because there's always deer over there.
So we'll ask about, Kathy and I'll ask about the flower donation too.
Okay, 7 trees. Bushes.
So right when you walk into the senior center on that side, I
Yeah.
wanted to do like, either 2 trees or 2, big like flower pots with shrubs in it. And then they have those solar lights that aren't wired, but they look like light posts, yes, to
Okay.
light that
Oh,
up.
really?
So
Yeah.
what about the
Oh, I wanna
planters?
see
then? Are
them.
you picking those up, or do we need to search for those?
I was gonna wait to see how much we were gonna vote to spend.
So, okay. We'll just get a price on them if they have, like how tall they want them.
Yeah.
Just like an average size.
Sounds pretty.
Okay.
Sounds pretty.
Will be.
Well, I'd like it to be when we get
Just
that.
2?
Yeah, like right in that entryway, because they don't use the other entryway. That's
Okay.
where I was gonna do flowers.
All right.
Do we already have communication with Wagner Center about that date specifically?
No, they told me to get back to them when we,
Okay,
so I'll do that today.
so maybe we can talk about notification on the next meeting.
Yeah, I'll contact them today.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's-
And I think that's all I have till we can figure out how much we're gonna.
You wanna wait
And-
for,
Can't we just make a determination, like, we're gonna spend or something, and then
Well-
if we do less?
We have to spend that whole 8,300 by June, July.
You don't have to, but yeah, our budget cycle ends June 30th.
Oh, so if we don't spend it, can we,
If you don't spend it, it goes back into the general fund.
okay, well, I don't want that to happen, so we need to spend it, okay.
Just so we're clear. on-
I want one of those tall solar lights at my house.
Okay. So we have 83, a little over 8,300 we have to spend.
to answer your question, Mary, I think it would be,
Better to
it
have the
would make
budget.
sense to have the whole budget, yeah.
Okay, so we'll put it together.
And I think that would be, it would probably organize us and probably see where we're missing something too, you know?
Okay.
And that's all I have for that till next meeting, so.
Okay. And like I said, we'll talk about notification for social media then as well, in the next meeting for that one. Excuse me. All right, moving on. So, the NRBC Spring Cleanup Project, so that is May 11th. And still ironing out a couple logistics, but as of right now, the plan is to have the tire recycling event at the Armory parking lot, and then also have dumpsters at the same event for bulk item drop-off for city residents.
And we do paint as well.
I don't think paint
That was discussed in the last meeting I was at, along with May 4th from 8 to 4. That's the last thing I have, so unless something changed last.
I will, yeah, let me double check the paint. I don't know if that can be in the same dumpsters. I'll
Okay.
confirm that
When
though.
you say dumpsters, are we getting two or?
I
or
think
what are we
it's,
getting?
I think it's whatever they can give us at the time. I asked for 6, so
Oh, okay.
I asked for 6 big.
Everything will be set up at the armory in that
Yep.
parking lot and stuff, okay.
Yep, so the one thing that I do need from everyone is to talk about if we are going to participate as commission members or if we need to start reaching out to volunteers, because I would like to have maybe like shifts. I mean, on that day, I mean, we could be there for an hour or two to just kind of make sure people aren't coming there to throw bags of trash rather than.
What was our timeframe? Did we
I,
decide?
I don't know if that's 100% yet, right? I know it's gonna be a little last minute, but I'll send an email out, cause it's not gonna be enough notice by the time of the next meeting, so.
So are you gonna socialize this?
Yep, so that's the
Pretty
other thing, so once Republic Services gets back to me on, a pamphlet that is advertising this event, we're gonna include that in the mailer, to the whole city, I think this week. Kaylee just let me know that she's gotta have that in by Wednesday, so,
Okay.
we can make sure that happens.
So we don't think that we need to put something in the paper?
I think the paper.
I think that
also,
is, yeah, I think that's, when we get that out in the mailer, we'll do the same thing. We'll talk about getting it into social media and in the paper.
How about the radio? Would he be on the radio or?
Yeah,
I mean, a lot of
we could
people
do that too.
still listen to the radio.
I can agree with that too.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody from the radio, so is that something that maybe you could?
I'll find out.
Okay.
I do things on radio, so.
I do a piece every month. I don't know when he talks to me every month. I don't know if it's gonna time out right, but if it does, I can mention something.
Okay.
Scotty Mac.
Sounds like a radio name.
All right, well, more to come on that. Like I said, I'll send a email out once I get more information, because that's coming up soon. It's only a few weeks away. All right, allergies are killing me.
I think the last time they did that tire one, it was a semi-trailer that came to the city garage or somewhere there. I don't think it was a dumpster.
I think they are doing dumpsters this time.
Oh, okay.
They did specify no tractor tires, because they wanted to make more room, because obviously those take up so much room.
Will there also be like a cardboard recycle bin there as well?
No, not at this time.
Okay.
Is the one at the school closed?
No,
No.
we still go there.
So we can guide the people over to there then, if they bring a ton of cardboard. All right, anything else on that one? All right, new business, recommendations to the Parks Commission projects, or Parks Commission for projects, sorry. So that was on the agenda the last meeting.
Are you just sending them over a list of recommendations?
Honestly, I had this on the agenda because I saw that was in the minutes to include that for the agenda. But I can either go to a Parks Commission meeting and talk about, I think that's probably what I would do. Talk about what we have for recommendations.
So I have something, I don't know if it's considered a park, but it's at First Street Beach. And it's the swings, you know, the equipment right by the concessions, you know, across from the new hotel. All of that needs a good painting or whatever it is. Is that a park or is
That is a
that?
park, yep.
So that would be one of them. And then, paint the waves on the First Street Park, or, you know, the parking lot.
The wall?
Right,
On the
First
wall?
Street
Yes, yes,
The
yes.
waves really need to be painted. And then paint the pavilion where the, concerts are held, the blue trim and the top, you know, I think it's white and then it's got blue trim at all the top.
I feel like the other
And-
pavilion needs like
It needs,
on it impact.
Yeah, so that needs to be done.
All them, that little.
Where
group.
they have the concerts
Yeah.
and everybody sits there and they have picnics, you know, right
Okay.
there.
Is that the
Yeah,
circle
that-
one or the
yeah,
rectangular
circle
one?
one that needs a lot of improvements.
A lot
Okay.
of improvement, yeah.
Yeah.
Bring a rake to that one.
Yeah.
Is our commission able to make donations? Like, can that go against what we have in our bank account?
Donations for what?
Well, like Third Life just did a fundraiser for the dog park because they're trying to raise money to like run water and stuff there. Is that something that we could say, here's a lump sum?
I think we can.
Not for that one specifically, because that's in the park, so we can't,
In the
unfortunately.
Well, I thought, weren't we going over something about helping improve the dog park? I thought that was
No,
in
we're-
last week's minutes or something.
We can help with volunteers or help if the Parks Commission reaches out to us and wants our help, but we're not supposed to be focusing on the parks improvements, so.
Okay.
But this item on the agenda is, so what I'll do is I'll take some of these comments and I can go to a Parks Commission meeting and say, these are some ideas that we thought would be good for projects and we would offer to help. And offer, to help notify our volunteer list.
So I have also, the man-made sign, by man-made lake, there's a sign that says man-made lake. And then the Fifth Avenue by Richmond Park says Richmond Park. But they just stand there with nothing, so I think they either need some shrubs or, some sprucing up. There's not a thing there. There's nothing attractive about it.
Okay.
So I thought, is that part of parks? Or is that part of
Those are parks.
something that we can do too? That's parks.
Yeah.
Okay. So the same thing with the Manistee downtown fountain area, that needs to be weeded all around there and mulched and add some plants and shrubs and color because that's your focus pool. Is that a park?
That wouldn't be a park, but that'd be
something we could do?
that'd be within the DDA, so I think we could probably do it, but we should probably talk to the DDA, to just, make
So
sure
is that
there's no
something-
improvements that are gonna happen there.
Do you wanna reach out to them then?
I can do that, yeah.
Okay, and then the barbecues, stands that need to be scraped and painted by the beach picnic area pavilions, those are
Bad.
in nasty condition.
Don't put
I don't
food
think
on
I would wanna
them.
put anything on there either.
No.
No. So I won't.
So cleaning of the barbecues.
Correct.
Okay.
And then the Coast Guard sign, so if you went down Washington, you were gonna go to the, let's say to the Wagner Center, there's by the four stop, there's a Fifth Avenue beach sign and a Coast Guard sign that are kind of collaged together, and you can't really read them. I think it needs to be.
Where's that at, Mary?
Like the four stop, by Washington.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, this chair scares me.
Then I thought maybe we could spend some of our money and do some solar lights at the top of the entrances of the Riverwalk. They have the Riverwalk and it starts and there's like poles. You can get those solar lights that you could put right on top of them.
So that one I would wait on, cause, right now the city's gonna be
Okay.
advertising to do a lot of Riverwalk improvements, so
Perfect.
some of that may already be included, I'm not sure.
Okay. And so then, let's see, the rest of them. I think we're on the other ones.
Okay, well, the only ones that I have left that she didn't cover are painting bathrooms and updating the signage and the parking lot next to Dick's Barber Shop. I don't know if that's considered a park area.
So that's actually, that parking lot I think is owned by the DDA.
Okay.
You're talking about the signage for it,
No, I'm just talking about cleaning it up.
cleaning it up?
Yeah.
Okay.
We have one more thing, so, so when you go down First Street, and then you end up rounding it to Sivan, on the east side, could we not put like some flags up there, or some flower baskets like they hang up, so it looks presentable when you're stopping there? 'Cause that.
First and Sibbin.
So, like right by Shell. So just gonna go down by Shell.
The Shell gas station?
Yeah, you're just gonna go down First Street,
And then you
East.
have to go
That's
down the
McKee.
curb.
No, that's not, it's First Street.
No, I know, but it's not Simmons. Or
No,
Simmons
if you're
Street's all the
gonna-
way.
Right.
Oh, you're saying go all the way to the
down.
corner.
Yeah.
Go all
could-
the way down,
right.
and then
Could
you
we-
have to turn.
Right, could we
Yeah.
spruce that up by putting some, maybe some flags there or something? Where goes some?
Where are you talking about putting flags?
I don't know, maybe on the, I'm gonna say on the poles or something.
On the curb.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there's a
Just spruce that
guardrail
up.
there, right?
Well, no, I just meant, you know, periodically down the street. So if I
Oh,
was
yeah, yeah.
driving down, turning there might be some flags hanging or some baskets hanging like they do on Division and they do downtown. you
Sure.
know, just to add some more pizzazz, that was my,
Like to finish it off toward Manistee Lake.
to make it look nice.
Yes. Nice.
Just so everyone's aware of what you're talking about, Mary, where exactly, are you talking about?
If you were at the stop sign, or the stop light,
Yeah. So this is First Street, and it goes and turns into Sibbin here, this is US 31.
so right there, so if you were right there where your cursor is, and
Sure.
you're gonna go down there, all the way down, maybe periodically we put a flag, or periodically we put a, you know, a hanging basket or something, I don't know, because we do everything over here, but we never do anything over here.
Okay, looking at making improvements in the city right of way to, okay.
Yeah, just to make it look a little bit more.
Very good. I think so. I got one thing. I was walking through our park up there, at the park, and, the little benches, we do have T-ball up there in the whole month of June. And the little benches are, that the players sit on are just like trashed.
Are they
I mean,
wood?
yeah, I mean, they have to be getting slivers in their legs or something. And then one set of bleachers is, wow. So I thought if I could get maybe the gray paint that we use for the wall, if there's some left, and then I could go up there and put a coat of paint, couple coats of paint over
But that's the
the.
parks again, so I
So
think.
I can talk to them about that though. I can mention that.
Because they'll be starting in June playing T-ball up there.
Okay.
Is this Mac Park? I missed it.
Yeah,
Okay, so we're talking about here.
and then, and I mean, I don't know, I'm not very good at anything construction, but, if you were to, I was thinking laying in bed this morning, like if you would get, what would be a nice size for a bench if you were to replace that board? Is that like a 2x6? I don't know what is them called. 2x6 to sit on?
You're right.
So we need to replace the boards.
2x6.
Well, I mean, I can paint them, get a couple paint on them, make them, you know,
Yeah.
soft, not so rough. Or if I imagine there's just flanges underneath there, but I'm not, you know. Then what do? Do they just kind of like where they sit, maybe just sand the sharp edges or you know, just take a hand sander and make it a little, or just leave it like that. Just leave it like that. Yeah, I mean, and I know in June they're parked all over. So that whole month of June, the T-ball's going on there, and that's really, wow. Them bleachers are,
I can bring up the bench improvements at Mac Park when I go to the.
yeah, like I said, if I can't make new ones, I mean, I can take the rest of that gray paint that we paint that wall with.
But you can't, because it's parks. So we gotta,
You have to get approval.
yeah, we have to give them the suggestion.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
But we could work alongside them.
Yep.
We could pick like
Okay, thank
maybe
you.
Yep.
3 projects or something and work alongside them.
Yeah, I'd like to get it ready before they start their season.
Sure. Good idea.
Well, I can also mention to them that it's something that we would help with if they would like us to.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep. Any other Parks Commission project ideas, recommendations? double check the video to make sure I wrote all that down.
I wrote it all down.
Okay, thank you. All right, next item is discussion on project schedule for the rest of 2024. So for Sarah and Kayla's knowledge here, last year what we did, which worked out pretty well, was we assigned basically a project manager from each of our commission members for each month through the summer. So I don't know if we really got to that quite yet this year, have we?
I
No?
think that's why we were having this meeting, to
Yes.
get it on there, because the next meeting wasn't till May.
May 6th.
Yeah.
Okay.
But do you think that if we have all those projects with parks, that maybe we could work alongside of them?
Maybe dedicate 1 month to
Exactly,
to helping that.
to helping
I think
that,
that's a
so we
good
don't
idea.
have to Figure out more, because unless we wanna do like the fire hydrants, which need to be done, that we have, you know, all those
Yeah.
other types of
Yeah, we
things.
got the list.
Mhm.
But those maybe we could do like,
In between,
yeah, three here, and on the shorter projects, maybe get 3 here, 3 there, something like that. I was thinking of that yesterday too.
So, do we want to do the same approach as last year and try to do by the month?
Yeah,
Is
well, I
that-
have June, I have the senior center, and
And I
paint
have
the
May.
wall, paint the wall on Bird Street, so.
Okay,
Bring down that wall.
I take September.
September.
Mary?
And if I do if they approve Mac Park, I would do that in May, so that it would be ready for June.
So we have July, August, and October. Anybody want July?
Do we have a list of projects?
No, that's, you take a month and then you,
You figure it out.
yeah, you figure out what project you wanna do.
And projects have varied from sidewalk cleanouts to remodeling. So there's a wide array or scope of projects.
Yeah,
We've
it-
scraped off sidewalks, we have worked on chasm, we've painted walls, so it's basically assigning someone a month, and you come back to the group and say, this is what I'd like to do.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a big project, and if it's a little, then we can put, like, I've got the wall squeezed in on June, so we could put 2 in 1 month.
Did we still need to do flowers around the Manistee signs that you were gonna do last year?
So the city has kind of taken a little bit of a step back, trying to understand what they want at those signs. Obviously, you've seen the field stone and the sand put out there, so we're not gonna do flowers. But we were gonna be doing dune grass plantings, and still, that's a potential to happen at some point. That might be a quick and dirty project, but not really sure all of the pieces to that yet. It's kind of about right now, but I'll make sure it gets scheduled when we make that decision.
So we still need July, August, and October yet?
Yep.
Well, that thing at the park, it's just something I'll do in May. But then, when I was at the council meeting, Seth said there's not too far from us is a sidewalk that is almost gone. And so I took a ride. I couldn't find it on Lexington, but between 8th and 9th, the west side of the road,
Oh, it's on Concord.
Concord,
Yeah,
there's places where the sidewalk gets this wide.
right.
And it's one block. The other side isn't real good, but I can remember how much work is involved in unburying a sidewalk.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna say the west side of the street for now. Because I remember how hard that was and how heavy those bags and how dirty it was of a project. So I'm just saying west side, one block.
So you wanna do a sidewalk cleanup project again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What month do you wanna pick to do that?
What month?
Yeah.
July?
Okay.
But you're still gonna ask about the park too, right?
Yep,
Cause I can do that with my neighbors.
all right.
Okay.
So we still have August and October.
I can do August.
So then just October is left.
And if I get those two of those scrapers, I found some scrapers at Amazon. Hardly have to do anything. Probably picks the sand, the sod right off the sidewalk for you.
Sure. Jess, did you have any ideas?
No, but it looks like we have a whole big slew of them, so hopefully we can figure some details out. And then I can work with, if the three of us want to work together on an October thing, to figure something out, we can do that too.
That sounds good.
You aren't just thrown to the wolves.
Sounds good. Good idea. Okay. Well, we got a plan then. And we'll want to make sure we're on top of the notification and kind of send it out to the volunteers ahead of time for sure.
And we did Thursdays last year? Is that what it was? Whatever works best for you guys.
Yeah, I think it was whatever worked best, but I think we did try to do it like in mid-afternoon.
That's what I was
sort of
thinking
thing,
too.
yeah.
Okay.
On a weekday, because the weekends we found were not great because people want their weekends in the summer, so. All right. Anything else on that item? All right, discussion and decision on expenditures for the budget. So this one we'll keep this item on the agenda now that we got projects coming up, and we'll have like an estimate or budget to bring up for approval on the next ones, but as we talked about earlier, we have quite a budget there to spend in 2 months. So
Is there, can we do like a meet and greet, like a public thing where we could have like coffee and donuts or something like that, and community members could come meet with us and maybe give comments or ideas on projects that they would want done? I mean, we could spend up some of our budget that,
We can't buy food and stuff with
right.
public funds.
can
We
we
bring-
just bring it from home? I mean, it might be beneficial to get our faces out there so that people know who we are and
Yeah.
what we're trying to do.
So we
Because when I
want
talk about it outside of here, people don't really know.
That it's there.
Yeah, and then I'll say, oh, we did blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah, I did see a group of people. But maybe giving an option for them to be able to come and give comments or ideas or places that they think.
Well, it sounds like maybe what that would be, would be like a night sort of, like a work session and just like you said, a meet and greet, and we advertise that for, the NRBC is looking for public input on ideas, and, when would you think that would be a good
I
time?
don't care. I mean, we could put an easy up outside and have bottled water or something, just as long as it's advertised so people know. I mean, might be a good turnout.
I vote when it's warm.
Yeah.
Okay,
Just an idea, just to get our name out there more and so that community members really understand what our goal is and what we're trying to do.
okay. Maybe I can just put on the next agenda and just keep talking about it, and maybe we can,
I mean, even if
Have
we
an
wanna
idea.
do it at the trash day thing, can we have flyers or can we have anything just
yeah,
to show what
if
we're
we wanna
doing?
put something together, it's gotta go in this mailer that's going out Wednesday.
But what I think I'm hearing is you're looking to raise public awareness to get community input for potential projects and to make our citizens more aware of this group and what they do, so that we can tap more into what the needs of the community are.
That's what I just said.
So I think there's a lot of opportunities for that.
I think it'd be most effective if we like developed some sort of mailer and sent it out, and then had an actual, like a work session in here and had people come in and bring ideas. I mean, but it's gotta be
I think
at
an
night.
outside thing would probably be best, just as an outsider of somebody who's not typically involved in this sort of thing. People get standoffish when they have to come into something like this, or a church, or a bar, like, something more neutral ground is just my thought.
Can you do up a flyer for the thing on May 11th?
I mean, I can, but what do you want included in it?
I don't know. Who we are.
Yeah, I think what we're talking about is an open house and a meet and greet. If I could, you know, my opinion is the same. I think when you start talking about coming to this area, people get intimidated.
I
They
agree.
do. So I think you're talking about a meet and greet, something, it seems natural, summertime, have a tent up. If you want people to come, you need to offer them something, just my own opinion from, you have to give them something.
Free
But I
garbage
think,
bags?
it's an incredible way to possibly garner more support for volunteers. Why am I gonna volunteer my time? I don't know what the NRBC is. Well, this is what we are, this is what we've done.
Yep.
Maybe you have something, you have a slideshow up of projects or whatever. I think that's a great way to put the word out there. So,
When the chamber has like, events, we have like a booth or something set up.
I was just thinking they had something at the high school that it would have been beneficial probably for us to be at.
There's something we could do at the kids' safety.
now, oh,
Day.
you beat me to it. So I was just gonna.
Say the kids'
So just so you
safety
know,
day.
there's a wonderful event that's happening. In fact, we're gonna probably release a flyer today or tomorrow, Kids Safety Day. Last year, we had about 400 people there. The venue's changing, I think. We've had some challenges figuring out where we can land a helicopter. But it's a great opportunity to have a booth set up, and I think beautification and blight remediation is certainly parallel to safety, and I think it's a great opportunity. A lot of kids are there with their parents, so I certainly would open that up to this group.
When is that?
It's June 15th, Saturday, June 15th at 10 to 1 at Manistee Middle High School parking lot. And we were able to find a place that we could safely land a helicopter. The helicopter was a big hit, but also we needed a lot of room because everyone's being a fire truck. So it's a really great event. It's growing every year, so.
I think that's a great idea
So
personally.
tied into that, Chief, is there something that we could do, not only having the tent to promote ourselves, but is there something that we could be doing at Kids Safety Day as well?
As a volunteer, from a volunteer standpoint, I know the chief is looking for volunteers, but I think so. I think we can put our heads together and figure something out. You know, here's the reality is if you want people to stop and talk to you, you probably need to give them something
Yeah.
or have them interact. And so I've
Right.
promoted for all the police and
Interesting.
fire departments and to have games for kids because kids get real bored real quickly. And after
Picking
the
up
free
trash, that's a great game.
So I think it's, I would be happy to coordinate with whomever would like to be there, and we can set up things, and we can figure it out, but it's a great platform specifically for this.
What if we did, we got, on one of our things, we have assist with free lawn bags. What if we did,
That's a great idea.
bought some lawn bags, handed those out, and little, like, flower seed packets? Like,
Oh, I think it's, yeah,
and put our sticker on there, like a sticker that,
Ooh, I like that.
yeah.
we could do that, and then have maybe, I don't know how we would print them up, but some pictures of some of the projects that we've done on like a poster board or something like that.
I think we could probably, between now and then, come up with something very creative, so I think that's a great idea so. I just need someone to go with me to pick out seeds. You don't want me picking out seeds to give away, I probably, you know,
I can't pick out
it's
seeds.
not exactly my skill set, so I think that's a tremendous idea.
Can everybody attend?
I will not be there.
I will not be there either.
I can.
I should be here June 15th.
June 15th.
It's Father's Day weekend, in case that might impact your plans. It's Saturday, 10 to 1.
I can't make that.
You can't?
I will be on my honeymoon.
Push it back.
I could be there June 15th. I will not be here May 11th.
Kathy, since you have a friend at a print shop, would they be able to design like a little sticker up, do you think, for us?
I have a friend.
Yeah, didn't you have a friend at one of the print shops that you got prices for the t-shirts?
Oh, that kind of print shop. Shirt
Do they
printing.
do stickers too? I don't know.
Well, I don't know,
Do
but
we have a logo?
Well, if you just give me the information, I can put it in Canva and design it.
Volunteer.
okay, I see what kind of print shop you're at.
So do we just have Kayla go in then that day? That's
And
it?
me, yeah.
I can go on the 5th.
Yeah.
What,
So-
is it what date, the 15th?
June 5th, Saturday, June 15th.
Is this a Saturday?
Yeah, I can go that day.
Okay,
I'll probably be able to go.
3?
If it's not too sunny out, because I could be at the beach.
It's 10 to 1. You can go to the beach after.
Prime hours. Kidding. I'm just giving
All
you
right,
some,
all right, degressing here.
yes.
All right, public comment?
The thing is, for the new members on this, I think we better address that, what the problems we had last year with the Parks Department, that we can't do their projects. And I'm glad you're going to see them to talk to them about it, but good to reiterate that, you know, what we had last year.
Yeah, the biggest thing with that, and I'll just respond for you guys here is, in our, ordinance, it directly says that this commission, not work in the city parks, because that is the jurisdiction of the City Parks Commission. So we have had in the past conversations to help on projects, and we had revised our bylaws on our commission and presented to city council, and it did not move forward because there was some conflicts on that. So we, from here on out, or from then on out, we have tried to make sure we're communicating the best that we can with the Parks Commission. So to Councilmember Grabowski's point, that's why we're a little hesitant on some of the parks projects. We can't just go out there and do them because they might have certain plans.
Are you still interested in doing those, fire hydrants?
We have it on our list
That for later in fall or what?
at some point.
I can find out about the paint and all that. from the-
Have it ready.
That could be one of our, evening
Yeah,
things that we
I'll
can
talk
just.
to Jim at the garage.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that something that's traditionally done with our water department or DPW, or do we know?
Jim, Riley is.
Okay.
I'll check with Jim.
Is that all?
Yep.
Okay.
I think so.
Go to the order. I'll let you start, Jess.
I have nothing.
Mary?
Carry on.
Kathy?
Nothing.
Yes, can we change the time of this meeting?
It's up to the commission.
Okay, I don't care. 3:30, 4,
Oh, no, that
Two.
won't work for me.
5, anytime, but 9 a.m.
9:15?
No, not 3:30, I'm not
Fine.
on the beach yet.
That's all I got.
Okay. Speaking of meetings, now that we're coming up on summer, do we want to set up our bi-weekly meetings again? Or do we want to wait a month?
We should wait.
Wait a month? Okay, so that can be, we can talk about that next meeting then.
I'm sorry it's not my turn.
Going back to Kathy. Go ahead.
How many people do you want at the Wagner Center?
I
It seems like quite a bit, a little bit here and there.
I think if we had 20 people, we could get it done in a day.
We have the bank.
Yeah,
coming, so
and I've
that's
got
10 or
my
12.
office, so I think we can get it all done.
Just to remind the commission that Mary put together a project scope paperwork, a form you could fill out that really helps us keep organized, meaning how many volunteers do you think you need, how much equipment do you think you need? That really helps keep things organized as we move forward, and I think it's important to learn by stuff that we've already done.
Right.
So I would recommend that too.
Yeah, maybe we could have a copy for everyone next meeting, because then we could just fill out based on these months now.
Yeah, I
Could
can
be-
put everything on there and just have it for May 6th meeting,
Okay.
so.
And if you guys like this scraper, Josh will order it, but it's up to you guys.
What's she doing?
Scraper.
A scraper.
I think if you
Sidewalks.
like it, I'll like it. Oh, yeah, that looks
Do we have to
fun.
approve that?
Yeah.
Can I
Well,
just
I
put
think
it-
there's a bigger conversation. I think we were gonna talk about other purchases that were already approved. Do we wanna do that at this point here? I know there was a backpack super blower that was approved, or I don't know.
They had shovels and rakes and.
I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, if all that, I mean, all that stuff was approved in that one, we just haven't gone and bought it, so we can
Okay.
go do that.
Then we can add that to the list.
Yep.
so just to be clear, what we're attempting to purchase, it's that sidewalk scraper, one of those?
2.
And does it show a cost on those?
There's so many. The Amazon ones, are $21.99.
Okay. So is there a consensus to purchase a couple of those sidewalk scrapers? I don't know what they're called, for lack of a better term.
No, it's, the pole's not included.
Is there one there that the poles are?
Do we have to make a motion, or do we can just?
What I'm looking for is a consensus,
So it's a scraper that we would use instead of like a shovel, is that what you're?
And the pole is longer, so that you don't have to go with that little shovel thing down.
Okay.
And it's all flat.
Yes, I think when you find one, buy 2.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
So
gotta go on
I'll make a
actual
motion
Amazon.
to purchase 2 sidewalk scrapers up to a budget of no more than $100.
A second.
Okay, all in favor, voice vote. Aye.
Aye.
All not in favor. Okay,
Oh, I
there we
found
go.
one.
I have a question about the.
Wood handle.
So when we do C-Click Fix, are these the officers who it is directed towards depending on what area that's in?
I'll cover that in my good of the order if you'd like.
Okay, yeah, if you don't.
All right, I don't have anything else. Kayla, do you have?
Nothing.
All right, your turn, Chief.
All right, so we have published our new blight map. It's the same map, but we've, rearranged officers from an enforcement standpoint. And when it comes to C-Click Fixed, that goes to our patrol sergeants, although we only have one right now. And they supervise that and assign that where it needs to go. We're looking to push out something on Facebook today or tomorrow, possibly the paper. Again, I'll plug it, Scotty Mac, to the public. We'd also like to include C-Click Fix. Basically, here's the blight map, here's the officers associated with that, reminder C-Click Fix, and then probably, touch on the chill grant again. And I'd like to have some type of advertising for the NRBC, although I don't have a centralized point of contact unless the chair would like to volunteer for that, or if, I'd like to plug that in this post as well.
I think we have that email.
Do we have a generalized email
A
for
generalized.
NRBC, so I can plug that as well?
Yep.
And,
Kids Day?
what's that?
And Kids Day, will you be doing that in that same?
No,
Oh, okay.
probably not. That should be a separate, yeah. But next year, I've asked for funds to budget for a code enforcement officer. We'll see what that looks like, if the budget gets approved as is, and then, when the budget's approved, I'll post that position and see what type of applicants we get. We wouldn't bring that person on until July, that's when the budget starts, so we'll see. So that's a civilian position, so we'll see what that looks like. That's it. We continue to work with Jerry Blue for structural blight, who is doing a tremendous job. Obviously, it's a whole different deal when you have a licensed contractor who's versed with building maintenance code versus trying to have a police officer figure that out. So we're already seeing fruit of those successful endeavors. And then we have our zoning administrator for things that pertain to zoning, such as RVs and boats parked in yards, and some of the things that we've asked our police officers to try to tackle in the past are handled by our zoning administrators. So we are changing the software in which we track our blight enforcement efforts. We had a GIS system, which is a mapping system. We are transitioning to BSNAs, which what the city uses for everything else. But our building official and our zoning administrator use that as well. So we're asking that our police department, in way of married for data entry purposes, use that for enforcement, so we can all see each other's work and we can print out clean reports. Right now, I like the GIS, you developed it, I really like it, but it's a little bit more challenging to print out a blight report, and I don't want our sergeants to spend 2 hours trying to figure out how to get a report ready for council. That's not a great use of time, so BSNA, it looks like it's click, 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 send it out. So that's our plan for 2024, that's how things are changing from an enforcement standpoint.
Okay. Mary, do you have anything?
I actually do this time, usually I don't, but just listening to you guys talk, I think it's a missed opportunity if you don't set something up at the May 11th event, since somebody's gonna be there manning the time anyway, something that advertises the commission and what you do and seeking volunteers, because a lot of people from all over the city are gonna be coming to that, so that's just an idea.
Well, what if if we're gonna,
I mean, I don't think.
have some shifts of members actually attending, maybe the way we can advertise that is just have a bunch of the volunteer waivers and,
Yeah,
and
just
be
if
talking
you're-
about our
if you have a
upcoming
table there that
projects.
somebody's gonna sit at while people are coming, you could, if you make a flyer up, you could have that there, you could have volunteer waivers. I just think we need volunteers. We have a big list, but we don't get a lot of participation, so I think we need to make the list bigger.
Right.
And also on that note, we need to let volunteers know as far in advance as we can. Last year, we were doing it like a week, 2 weeks ahead, and people are already committed. So if we know the third Thursday of every month of the summer, this is what we're gonna do, we could at least let them know that, so that if they don't know the specific event, they know that something's happening that day, so they might keep it clear on their calendar.
I agree.
So they have, on Amazon, so if somebody wants to do that, they have like 100 pack of the seeds, like for kids. So I mean anybody can plant them, but it's all kinds of like different flowers and stuff that we could hand out, throw our NRBC sticker on that, like a I mean, you can print those off pretty easily on return labels.
Yeah, if it's
Stick it
just-
on there. So this one is $46 for 100 of them, but I mean, we could get those by May 11th.
I like the idea of having a generalized flyer, like you had recommended, Jess, and just having it. I mean, I would carry, a few of them in my bag all the time and just hand them out if someone talks about it. You could even talk to some of the businesses about maybe putting those in the businesses. It's probably not a bad idea.
Could we hand out the leaf bags at the May 11th event? Because that's when people are actually cleaning their yards.
I think anything that we're gonna have like that, you should hand them out, but that's just me.
Or that's when we
And
want people to be
like
cleaning their
getting
yards.
things. So,
If we can get the sticker made and then, for the seeds or whatever by then we could do the seeds, and then, when Chief and I go to purchase all the equipment, maybe we can just get a bulk amount of leaf bags.
yeah.
And then just a reminder, July 1, since we're on July budget, your budget resets. So you'll have funds available at July 1. Just FYI.
All right. I'll take a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Jermaine said motion.
Sorry, I mumbled that.